Whoop, sorry, Momo. Well, this has been a bit of a whirlwind class for me. I can't even believe I've caught up. It's pretty astounding to me because I've had to juggle a lot to stay in this class. I've had to go on pretty much an empty tank of gas all the way to the community college, which is about, what, at least 8 miles away from where I live. Probably bare minimum. Might even, somewhere around in the vicinity of 20 minutes away from where I am, with stop and go traffic and whatnot. I was without transmission fluid for over a month in my car because I've been leaking transmission fluid. I haven't been able to get it fixed. I had to go to Colorado around July 14th to attend the memorial service of my brother's goddaughter. Right as this class was starting and another class was finishing. Really horrible timing, but those things are never quite the right time, I don't think. And I've dealt with issues of not, I have a computer at home now, but I don't have enough money for internet access. I might have to take on a second job. I'm certainly going to have to find time to write for grants and whatnot, apply for those more often because I'm on loans right now, almost exclusively on loans. And so once I've graduated college, hopefully once I've gotten my master's degree, I'm only going after the bachelor's right now, then I'll be able to actually have enough money to start paying those loans back and have enough grants to where I won't need the loans as much. So that's been part of that, and then of course I've had work, part-time work, and watching my grandkids, and both of my daughter's birthdays are in August, so I had to deal with that a little bit. And I'm just trying to keep myself healthy because I have Graves' disease. I've tried to eat right and exercise and have stress management, breathe deeply and sleep properly, and I've had some success with that over the past couple of months. I've like taken some time to just read, just for the sake of reading and watching a video every now and then, but a lot of it's been pretty intense. So anyway, so what I've gotten out of this class, remarkably, I actually have gotten some things out of this class, even though I could not afford the book for the class, which would explain why I never cite the book, because I don't own it. But yeah, as far as having an outline written down, just like keywords, that's kind of what I've done before with public speaking. Kind of look directly at the people, engage them in what you're saying, have a nice introduction, and a strong story throughout with examples and with citations in text and at the end of the speech, and have a strong conclusion, just like with a paper, really, just to keep the audience engaged. And my biggest struggle is to find a way to not use quite so many words to describe something. And I've gone over time every single one of these speeches except like the intro and the First Amendment speech, I think, were the only ones I didn't go over. And I don't have editing software, so you get what you get. Sorry. But yeah, I definitely need to slow it down a little bit. And strong communication skills are very, very important for all aspects of life, from talking to your children, to your spouse, to your coworkers, your boss. It's just very, very important to learn to do that. In my case, because I have empathy, I'm able to at least kind of relate to people, even if I don't agree with them. I'm just kind of understanding how they feel in that circumstance. So so I can sort of talk in other people's language at least a little bit. And that can be two things. It can be comforting or it can be off-putting. I've experienced reactions strongly in both directions. Speaking to people in love, I think, is extremely important. Even if you can't completely understand where they're coming from or why they've made the decisions they've made, they were once babies. They're God's children that He wants back again. He wants to be able to adopt them again, and He's knocking on the door, waiting for them. And so we have to be as understanding as we can and as tolerant as we can, and just breathe through what we're saying as much as possible. Try not to say a harsh word. The Bible mentions all of those things, to speak with respect in your voice, and to like if you're a wife, then to submit to your husband, and if you're a man, to love your wife, which is another form of submission, sacrificial love. And those are skills that are not always easy for us to attain and continue to practice. And me being alone most of the time, it becomes more challenging to communicate outwardly, because there's a lot of inner dialogue and there's a lot of praying, but really the only times I get to speak is just sort of when I'm at the store talking to the person that's checking me out, maybe regarding the items that are being checked out, my children, my grandchildren, when I see them on occasion, my mother on the phone every once in a great while when she calls, my brother every single week when he calls, and the occasional friend that will call or we'll hang out every once in a while. And there's something, on Sundays, which is today, then I get to interact with my church, the congregation, the worship team, which I sing on, and then I do acting every so often, so I definitely get to be more extroverted that way. And but really, as far as what to say, the words are in my hand and in my brain. They're given to me, in a script. So it's a lot easier than just public speaking. So definitely, you're hiding behind a character, and there's a certain amount of timing for each section, and you go where the script tells you to go, and how the director wants you to emote. I mean, it's all sort of spelled out. So, basically, my biggest struggles are long words, lack of eye contact, because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I'm revealing a lot already to people, so it's hard for me to look them in the eye, so it might make me less believable. If you make mistakes, just to keep going. That's not always easy to do. Sometimes it's easier to dwell on what the flub than on continuing onward, but acting's taught me a little bit about that too. It's been fun. I mean, there have been a lot of really neat people in this class, a lot of neat characters, a lot of struggles that you all have had too, and I'm coming from a place of deep admiration for every one of you, and Kimberly in particular. I don't think there's a single person you didn't respond to for everything they posted. I mean, bless you. That is just amazing, with the life that you have. And thank you also for your support, Amanda. It's been really wonderful to be in this class, just seeing how everyone's persevered and how everybody's continuing on with their education, with their families, with their lives with God. It's been wonderful. And thank you also to the teacher. He's been very, very tolerant of me, and I certainly hope that I wasn't a huge thorn in his side. I don't like burdening others if I don't have to, and certainly I did not post things out of late out of laziness. I assure you, it's simply been a whirlwind again, and so yeah, basically the Vineyard Church, their motto is love God, love others, and serve the world. And that's kind of what I think communication is all about. So God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you online anyway.